In the small town of Alahoma, people said time could heal anything, but for Amarachi, time only taught her how to hide pain better. 5 years earlier, her father's life had been crushed by Chief Obideekae, the richest man in town. It wasn't just about money. The chief had not only seized her father's land for a failed debt, he had publicly humiliated him, accusing him of theft, dragging him through the market with police, and even banning a section of his small shop. The town washed. No one helped. Her father, once respected and proud, began to waste away. He drank palm wine to sleep and stopped leaving the house. One morning, Amarachi found him sitting in the yard, cold, silent, gone. She buried him with shaking hands. And as the priest said the last prayer, she whispered, "The man who killed you still eats in peace. One day, I'll be the reason his peace ends." After his death, life became quiet and hard. Her mother fell ill and died, leaving Amarachi alone in a small room behind the tailoring shop where she worked. She was known around Alahoma as the sad girl with steady hands. She sewed uniforms for children and wrappers for traders, nothing fancy, just enough to eat. She avoided gossip and kept her head low, but whenever she passed Chief Obideekae's mansion, her chest burned. One evening, as she was closing her shop, a car slowed down near the junction. A man stepped out, well-dressed but without arrogance. He carried a parcel and looked slightly lost. "Excuse me," he said politely, "is there any place nearby I can fix a torn shirt?" "It's urgent, I have a meeting at the council hall." Amarachi pointed to her own shop. "Here." He smiled with relief. "Thank God. I was told tailors close early around here." She took the shirt, and as she walked, she noticed his wristwatch, gold, expensive, and the way he spoke gently, unlike most rich men. When she finished, he thanked her warmly and asked, "How much?" She shook her head. "It's fine. It didn't take long." He smiled. "At least tell me your name, then." "Amarachi," she said softly. He paused, then said, "I'm Chiki Obideekae." The name hit her like thunder. Her needle slipped off her hand. She looked up slowly, her face still, but inside her heart screamed. He noticed her silence. "Did I say something wrong?" She forced a faint smile. "No, sir. Nothing at all." He paid her double and left, waving goodbye. But she didn't move for a long time after he drove off. That night, she couldn't sleep. She sat by her small bed, remembering the torn shirt she had mended, the shirt of a man whose family had destroyed hers. Her fingers trembled as she whispered, "So this is how fate works." She didn't yet know what she would do. But something inside her shifted, quiet, dark, and dangerous. She told herself, "I won't chase revenge with anger. I'll let time lead me to it, slowly." And so it began, not with hate in her mouth, but with pain buried in her smile. Chiki came again 2 days later. This time, he wasn't holding a shirt. He brought a bag of fabric, bright Ankara prints. "I promise to bring more work," he said, smiling. "Your stitching is better than most tailors I've met." Amarachi forced a polite smile. "Thank you." He was warm, respectful, never arrogant. He stayed to chat for a few minutes, asked how long she had been sewing, and even complimented her designs. But as he spoke, Amarachi's heart wasn't steady. Each word reminded her of his father's laughter, that cold voice echoing across the market years ago. In the car, silence grew heavy. Raindrops tapped against the glass like soft drums. Out of nowhere, he said, "You always look like you're thinking of something far away. Did someone hurt you?" Her throat went dry. She stared at the rain, refusing to answer. Finally, she said softly, "Everyone has something they don't talk about." He nodded, his eyes sad. "Maybe. But sometimes, sharing it brings peace." That night, as she lay in bed, she whispered into the dark, I'll share nothing, not until I finish what I started. A few weeks later, Chiki's visit stopped. She thought maybe fate had moved on. Then one morning, a white car pulled up outside her shop again. He stepped out, dressed neatly, carrying a small bouquet of flowers. "I've been posted to the city for work," he said. "But before I go, I need to ask you something." Her heart thudded. "What is it?" He smiled nervously. "Will you marry me?" The scissors in her hand slipped. The entire shop went quiet. Even the ceiling fans seemed to stop spinning. For a long time, she didn't speak. Then she asked softly, "Do you even know who I am?" "I don't need to," he said simply. "All I know is how I feel when I'm around you." And right there, in the same room where she had once vowed to ruin his bloodline, the opportunity presented itself. She forced a tear, smiled faintly, and whispered, "Yes." But in her heart, she said something else entirely. "This is for my father." Watch out for the second part to know what happened to Chief Obideekae and his son.